What it do? Welcome back to the channel. Peace with a mic. Yours truly, here again, Cali the Beast, and we still breaking down WWE 2K26 news. Today, we're gonna be talking about, of course, Showcase Mode makes its return, and this year is centered around the cover star, CM Punk, the best in the world. Let's break it down, get into the matches, get into the mode, and see what they bring in this year. So this year, Showcase Mode is all about CM Punk, his career, his journey throughout WWE from start to present. So the things that they're doing this year with Showcase Mode, it's pretty much broken down into three parts. You have his historical matches, you have fantasy warfare, and then you have what ifs. Of course, the historical matches or matches that actually took place throughout his career, which I'll go over those particular matches that they've announced. You have fantasy warfare, which is just fantasy booking, people that we would have wanted to see Punk face throughout his career that he didn't get an opportunity to. And then we have what if matches. Honestly, I'm not sure the difference between fantasy warfare and what if. I mean, I'm guessing fantasy warfare are matches that could have taken place, right? And I guess the what if are matches that were not able to take place because of the times. I'm not gonna lie to you. Do not care to see CM Punk versus Andre the Giant. I'm sure that's gonna be one. Do not care to see that fucking match. Somebody out there does. I will be honest with you guys. I'm not really like a big CM Punk guy. Not to say that I'm not a fan or I don't like the guy. I just wasn't watching during his run. I started watching wrestling around 95 as a kid. I think I stopped watching wrestling consistently around 2003. I was in the high school, Attitude Era was on the end. All my favorites were Hanging It Up, The Rock and Stone Cold were on their way out. I was doing other shit. I pretty much just stopped watching wrestling altogether. I got back into wrestling around 2016, just casually on social media. I think it was SummerSlam, and I saw it going viral about Brock and Randy Orton, and I think Brock opened Randy up the hard way, if I'm not mistaken, and it just intrigued me, and I was like, man, I wonder what's going on in wrestling today. And then I wound up watching that SummerSlam and saw the match between Cena and AJ Styles. Boom, I was back in. I was like, okay, is this what we doing? I was back in the wrestling after that. But other than that, I never really got to watch CM Punk's career in real time. I have went back and watched some of his old matches, and of course I watch it today, and definitely one of the greats of all time, especially on the mic. But anyway, let's get into the matches that they're going to be doing this year for Showcase Mode for the historical side. So it looks like we're going to be getting CM Punk versus JBL, SummerSlam 2008, CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio, Armageddon 2008, CM Punk versus Randy Orton, WrestleMania 27, CM Punk versus Undertaker, WrestleMania 29, CM Punk versus John Cena, Raw February 2013, CM Punk versus The Rock, Elimination Chamber 2013, CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam 2013, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, Bad Blood 2024, CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins, Raw, January 2025, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 41. So that's what they've announced for the historical side. A lot of people online are very upset about Jeff Hardy not being a part of this Showcase Mode. I mean, he's not with the company, right? They do have the partnership with TNA, so a lot of people have expected him to be a part of the Showcase Mode because of that, but that really does not tell you that that would be the case. It'll be great to see Jeff added to the game in general, and maybe he will be in the future update. So you never know. The one match I did notice that was not included is Punk versus Cena at Money in the Bank, which is like historically one of his biggest matches of all time, if not the biggest match of all time. And I'm sure that probably has a lot to do with Vince. That's probably why they didn't include it, because they didn't want to include the footage or Vince's part in that match. That's what I assume. But let's look at the Fantasy Warfare side of matches. So it looks like for the Fantasy Warfare, we have CM Punk versus Stone Cold at CM Punk Billion. I'm guessing that's the arena. CM Punk versus Eddie Guerrero, and CM Punk and AJ Lee versus The Miz and Maurice. Sure, why not? And then for the what if matches, it says, what if CM Punk never left WWE in 2014? What if certain rivalries went differently? What if redemption came sooner? This year introduces timeline bending scenarios that let players explore alternate realities and rewrite wrestling history. Showcase has a handful of these types of matches that will reveal at a later date. So I guess it won't be CM Punk versus Andre the Giant or Junkyard Dog or some shit like that. I don't get the difference of the what if and the Fantasy Warfare. It feels like kind of the same shit. I could be tripping. I could be wrong. Hey, it just feels like the same shit. And of course, like any showcase mode, if you beat these matches and play through it, you'll unlock legends and attires and arenas and, you know, the typical showcase stuff. Now, my favorite part of this year, because I'm not going to lie to you, I am not a showcase mode person. That should be boring. And especially in the past couple years, mainly because of slingshot technology. I don't know whose idea was it to blend in the video game with the real life match. We don't want to see that shit. I don't think 2K understands like what people love about wrestling games. This is why people have been hammering about cutscenes and shit in universe mode or bringing back season mode or road to WrestleMania. People like to see these things in the game. They want to see the video game act this out. Slingshot technology is shit. My apologies, 2K. Look, I like y'all games. I fuck with y'all, but that is shit. But this year, they have introduced the Gauntlet. For players who want to skip straight to the action and unlock all the rewards, WWE 2K26 introduces an optional gauntlet match. In this format, players can choose to face 20 consecutive opponents, either as CM Punk or AJ Lee. Completing the full run rewards all showcase unlockables at once, including characters, arenas, and other content tied to the mode. This provides an alternative path to completion for players who prefer a gameplay challenge over progressing through each match individually. But if you fail, back to the start. It's high risk, but high reward. This year's showcase isn't just about what happened, it's about what could have happened, what should have happened, and what still might happen. How are you going to play it? Stay tuned for more ringside reports as we break down even more modes, features, and surprises on the road to the release. I love this edition because I am not a showcase person. Showcase mode wants you to do all these little scenarios and hit these points and shit like that, and it'd be the most tedious thing. Irish whip him into the southwest corner. Fuck out of here. I know my directions, but let's cut the shit. So I'm going to be doing the gauntlet easily. That's going to be me. And that's it. That's showcase mode in a nutshell. If you're a big showcase mode fan, this is for you. If you're not, this isn't for you, but you do have an alternative to bypass all the tedious shit within showcase mode, hit the gauntlet, and just run through it and unlock everything at once. That's more of my speed. So, until next time, we'll be breaking down more things, and stay tuned to the channel. I told y'all I might be doing a little giveaway, but you gotta like, comment, and subscribe to find out. Beast with a mic, Cali the Beast. Peace.